Won't be too late. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. I meant to put on a. Hi. I'm so glad you're here. Let me grab a sweater. Did not mean to have my straps out, but I'm on. Give me just a sec. Decided to be 7% less tacky. So as y'all come in, I've got my pendulum. I've got my cards. We are here. I'm going to try to look up more today. Up. Hi. Come in the room. And I hope that when you come in, you can take a minute to answer the question I asked you. I will be so pleased to know. And you know what? If you answer the question, okay, so we answer the question. Please include your sign. I want to know. I want your answer, and then what is your sign? Because I think that what you say is going to be a reflection of your sign. I think that earth signs do this a certain way, and then that water signs do this a certain way, and then what else? Air signs and fire. Earth, wind, fire, water. Yes. That's what I think. So yay. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes and see how we do with people coming in. Make sure my numbers are up and my stats are where they're supposed to be, and see how we do. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back on. And usually, or what has been happening, is a couple of minutes after we get in, we'll have some of our regular people show up, and I so appreciate them. I love the support. I don't know if I've been as supportive a person as some of the folks who support me, and so I want to make sure that I'm always leaving time for them to get here. They bring the party. So I'm good, really good, and we will continue to wait a little bit. So as you come in, pop in, say hey. I gave a little bit of notice this time about when I was coming on, because I was thinking maybe that would help get some people the word so they can come in and be part of it. So we'll see how it goes. Very cool. Well, that's neat. You're at work. You have a job? That's awesome. Good for you. Thank you for joining. So let's see. Speaking of, so we're looking at our sign, right? And so, the question is, do you love everyone that you have ever loved? And I think that is a good question to ask yourself when you're starting to kind of suss out and adjust and realign where exactly you are kind of heading in this space, in this moment, when you're designing who you're going to take with you into the next phases of your life. Who needs to be there? Who doesn't? And loving, I really wanted to make sure that I'm clear about the idea that loving someone doesn't necessarily. I was just talking to my kids about the idea that loving someone doesn't necessarily mean that you are in that person's face continually. Sometimes the best way to love someone is from a distance. If you don't bring out the best in each other, and if you aren't enhancing each other's lives, then it's not necessarily a good thing to be together. I think that's important for, my kiddos to understand, because they have to deal with some differences this year than they did last year, and that has to do with where love is happening from. And so I was kind of explaining to them that that love is elastic and that it doesn't have to happen in the same space, in the same vacuum as when it started. It can change. And so we kind of had that discussion. So as you come in and get yourself comfortable, and as we have some more people join and gather, we'll see how we do. We'll see how it goes. I'm doing different stuff on my computer screen. That's why I'm looking around. I don't know. I know sometimes when I'm watching people on the different YouTubes and stuff, I don't like when they're like their eyes are jutting around. It makes me think they're not focused on me. So I'm going to try to stop doing that as soon as possible. And I want all the focus on me all the time, please. So we'll make sure that I'm doing that as much as I can for you guys. Okay. I've got my cards and I've got my pendulum and I'm ready for questions. I think I might go live on Facebook too because, hey, hi, Charlie. How are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel, I don't know, pulling it together. Do you have questions, Charlie? Do you want to start off and jump in? Look, pendulum. I'll remind you who are here, who can see. Yeah, moody but grateful. Okay. I'll remind you about how to read the pendulum, right? So the circle is a yes. No, look, against this black sweater, that's awesome. You can really, really read that. You can read that. That is a circle. So a circle is yes. Back and forth is no. Watch. Show me no. Just tell it, and then it does what I say. It's part of the magic. Back and forth is a no. Show me no. So if you ask a question and it swings like this, back and forth, the answer is no. No, that one also indicates a boy when you're doing genders for pregnant people. And then yes is a big circle. Let's go back to the big circle. Yes. Well, it's not a big circle. It's a circle. If it's bigger, I think that's more of an enthusiastic yes. And if it's smaller, I think that's more of a reserved like yes. Sometimes it pauses before it goes to yes or no, and that I think indicates time, that there's a distance between when we're asking it and when the thing will show up in our lives or whoever's lives asking the question. So that's kind of how you read the pendulum. I've got that. To explain how to read tarot would take a whole lot longer, and we're not going to do that, but I will happily read tarot for you. I've got my cards here. I use the Thoth deck. It's pronounced Thoth. It's Thoth. I think I like it because it has a silent H, just like me. Let's see. Is Matt okay? I'm worried about him. Let's see how Matt is doing, Charlie. We're going to ask the pendulum because that's a straight yes or no question. All right. Is Matt okay? Ooh, I want to bring it up so you can see it on the camera. Okay. Is Matt okay? Is Matt okay? Yes. It's an oval. And the feeling I'm getting for some reason is addiction. So he is physically okay now, but he's dealing with some kind of addiction, whoever this person is. So you can support him by, I don't know the relationship or if you have contact with that person, but they might need some resources on not escaping things, dealing with whatever it is that's causing him such turmoil that he wants to jump out of his body and escape. I'm glad it makes sense. Good. Yeah, like immediately when I pulled for him, I felt that way, that it was something about addiction. Charlie, did you want to answer my question up there? Can y'all see it? The one at the top? And Emma, is there a way for me to pin it? Can I pin this? Pin message. Hey, I'm learning stuff. At the top it says, the question is, do you love everyone you've ever loved? And can I edit it? And your sign. Can I edit it? I can't edit it. Okay. And your sign. Because I think that has to do with I think that the answer, the way that you interpret the question and your answer to the question, I believe has a lot to do with your sign. So I want to see. That's really good. And Aries. Okay, so fire sign has answered that they do love everyone that they ever have. I think that's what she's answering. She'll let me know if that's not right. Or we'll know in a minute. So I don't know what you're talking about. That's not what I said. All right, so let's pull some. Let's see. First of all, let's see which cards came up before I shuffle them again. So that's completion and inverted prudence. So if we were to go by this before I pull cards and just look at the cards I'm holding, first of all, the cards are kind of exact inverse of each other with the color. There's a little bit of yellow here in the middle, and there's a little bit of green here in the middle, and then the yellow's all over the background, and the green's all over the background on this one. So if I was to read these cards together, completion and inverted prudence, this is about being too careless with your gifts. And this is about finishing those things that you're kind of procrastinating on, that are just kind of dead weight around you that you need to just get done and move on to the next phase of your life. So if we were to complete those things that are kind of dead weight and we don't have to let it linger, as the Cranberries would say, then we would have time to maybe do our individual care and not be so careless of or overlooking of or taking advantage of our gifts, and we would use them. They say if you find your gifts, that your gifts will always be something that ultimately helps humanity. Is that true? Do you believe that? Do you believe that if your dharma has to ultimately help humanity? Let's think of people who we think have their dharma, have found their dharma, or we show they do their dharma. Like Mother Teresa, I guess. Hers did help humanity. But then what about like Prince? So hard to think of that one. Did he help humanity? Absolutely. So one of the people was responding, Jackie's responding, that a piece of her will always care about anyone that she ever cared about. At the very least, I hate the idea of hurting people that I once cared about. Yeah. I don't know if I hate the idea of hurting people that I once cared about. Not that I'm that cold. I don't think I intend to hurt people that I once cared about. And I know that I love everyone that I've ever loved. I was thinking about that. Like, who did I stop loving? And there's not a person that I've stopped loving. I love everyone that I've ever loved. I didn't stop. Now that may have changed or been resorted or put somewhere else, but it's not something that stopped. It couldn't have stopped. Could you make sure if you're in here and you haven't hit the like button that you do? And then let's get some cards in. Does anybody have any questions that they would like to answer via tarot? We're about almost 15 minutes in. So I've got my deck. We looked at a couple. This one's about, this is about dispersed energy when it's inverted like that. Energy all over the place, unfocused. It's not the best. It's not the best way to get things done, to have your energy all over the place. It's better to focus. I mean, also I would say that because I'm a Taurus, and you've seen the whole red blanket thing or the red cape thing and what a Taurus does when that happens. Super focused. So we kind of like focus. So I guess that's what I would say. Focus is the name of the game, but it's the name of my game. I don't know what the name of your game is. Let's see. Yeah, loving oneself is hard. We take on someone was just commenting that loving themselves was hard to learn. We take on the fears of whoever raised us. Doesn't necessarily have anything to do with us, but we take on their fears and their insecurities and whatever they felt about themselves that they plopped on us. And it's hard for us to overcome those because they usually don't have anything to do with us. So we take them on. And so that's a difficult thing to kind of fight through and over. And you mix that with a little bit of conditional love and bam, broken adults. That's where we come from. So what questions do we have? Do you know that 2 days ago was the spring solstice? No, it's called an equinox. It was the spring equinox. And so the day was exactly as long as the night. That's what the equinoxes are. And now the days are officially longer than the nights. We are in what will be summer. Yay! The days are officially longer than the nights. Make sure you're getting some of that sun on your skin. It's good. Okay, cards. What card questions do we have? I think I'm going to start knocking on my cards. It feels magical, right? When a tarot person shuffles their cards and then knocks them. Is that magical? I don't know. What do you think looks magical when tarot people do? I just think when they start pulling out my life out of the cards, that's amazing. Ooh, a card for the collective for the spring. What is our spring card? I like that. Let us ground before I pull a card. And because we're all family in here today, I have my book right here. And we'll be sure to get the actual questions from my favorite book for this deck, which is Mirror of the Soul. Mirror of the Soul. It says Mirror of the Soul. I know it looks backwards. Okay, so my cards are spread out in front of me. Deep breath in through the nose. We're going to do 3 of them. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth to release your day so far. Release everything that's happened all day. Another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth slowly to try to get as heavy as you can. Ground. Try to become as heavy as you can in your body. Release that breath. Another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth to open a little tiny space so we can do some tarot. Just open yourself up 1 centimeter. Have 1 centimeter of light go into you. And that'll be the beam on which I'll do tarot and pull some energy out of you. How's that? Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. That one, if you did it, do it twice. It's a good one. Okay. Grounded. All right, here we go. We want a card for the collective for the spring. Let's see what we get. I love my tarot. I haven't done it enough lately. I've been spinning into crisis. Let's see. Look at that. Isn't he cool? This is the Prince of Wands. And this card is very much about radiating your beauty so that you can find your dharma. See the lion? It's a Leo-ish card. It's a very good card for warming up for the summer, for the warmer part of the spring that hopefully is coming, because I've got all summery clothes coming from Texas. And I want to wear those things. I haven't been able to for a while. And I will be excited to put some on. I put on a summer dress today. It was like 66 degrees outside. I was like, woohoo, summer dress. But that's why I had to throw on the sweater. Pushing the season. Anyway, this card is all about radiating your energy, finding your light. If you notice that the dude here, the prince, is naked. So there's vulnerability and strength and vulnerability. And there's a huge coin on his chest. So he's protecting his heart. Now, going after what you want doesn't mean exposing yourself to the point where your heart is going to be hurt. He's got a big old coin over his chest. He doesn't have any clothes on, and he's still got a coin on his chest. You see that? Whenever you see legs that are crossed like that in that formation, similar to what you see, or it's a version of what you see on the Hanged Man and on the Emperor, that has to do with structure and bringing structure back. Who doesn't need structure after the craziness that we've had to deal with in the world in the last couple of months, right? Or the last year. Prince of Wands. So, come out of the darkness, blossoming love, intuitive creativity. Yay! These are all good things. We want all of that. And is that the next page? Sorry, it's very thick. I thought it was another page. Anyway, the question, the reading is that you have all that you need. Don't let yourself be contained. Don't let yourself be slowed down. Life is prepared to receive you. Trust your boundless creative potential. Wow. Thank you, Spring. Yes, please. I would like one in size 10 and one that's a size 10. That's a whole different conversation. The question is, what challenges are present now in your life? What challenges are present now in your life? Now, don't be scared that once you write them down that you have to do a whole lot about it. Just identify them. And then, answers will start bubbling up for you, probably. Spread your arms wide and breathe deeply into your heart. That's the suggestion. All it says is to spread your arms wide and breathe deeply into your heart. Yes, please. I wish they were all that easy. Some of the instructions that come with these cards are a lot more complicated than that, or they seem like it. I make it seem like it in my lifetime. Thank you very much, Prince of Wands. I think that's a beautiful card for the spring. Yath. And my little lispy kiddo says, Yath. Yath. All right. Let's see. We have got a card for the spring. We are Prince of Wands. There's no kings in my deck, ironically. The most powerful card in my deck is a queen, which is probably why I like the deck. I don't mind the most powerful being a queen. Days should feel like the hokey pokey, I think. It should be that fun. One foot in front of the other, and then you just turn yourself around. I want to turn myself around. There's places that I really want to turn myself around. So I think that's a great card for it. I'm happy with, didn't want to shuffle. I'm happy with the cards for the spring. Do we have any other questions? Do we have any other questions in the group? You know what we can do? Ask the tarot. That's not a tarot. That's a tarot. Oh, we don't want that one. Hold on, let me try that again. That's a tarot. This is a pendulum. Pendulum, are there more questions in here? I was playing a game and an actual British person was in there, and I did my Cockney British accent, and I couldn't help it because that's what they sounded like. I felt really bad. I hope they didn't feel like I was making fun of them. I wasn't. I just couldn't I couldn't help it. Anyway, enough of my craziness. Are there any more questions in the group? There are. At least two. I'm gonna hang out. And wait and see if y'all ask them. And if you don't, if you watch this video later, you always can reach out to me to get your own reading. So just reach out to me through YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or any of the socials, even Snapchat, right? And Bijo. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to try to Bijo the last couple of minutes of this because I've been meaning to Bijo and I haven't. And so I think I'm going to do that. Let's see. Ooh, my camera's from beneath my chin. Damn it. Uh-oh. Bijo isn't available for users under 18 to broadcast. If you have any questions, please click the appeal button to submit an unblock request. Oh, they think I'm under 18. Do I look that young? No. I'm sure there's some other reason why they think that. I don't think anybody is confusing me for under 18. Okay, while you're waiting to... Oh, no worries. Thank you for joining. If you have questions, go ahead and ask. I'm just trying to bring up another app. I'm going on to Snapchat. You did tell me that, but I don't know about looking like I'm quite so young. Does Snapchat count video? Thank you. I got carded for alcohol recently when at an Applebee's, and I was like, "Are you sure?" And she was like, "Yeah, we need to make sure." Whatever. I don't know if she thought I was a cop or something, and I was like, "Okay." And I had to run out to the car to get my license. And she said, "You have really young eyes," because when I took my mask down, she was like, "Oh, okay, I can see." It's like, well, don't make it seem like you can tell when my mask is down that I'm not. I'm not. Whatever. There was no. I told her that there was no getting out of that conversation. Okay, so don't worry about it. All right, I'm gonna try this for a little bit more, and then I'm gonna stop playing with this thing in front of y'all because it's super rude. And I don't know that it's going to even be worth all of that we're going through. Okay. So here we go. There's that. Okay. So, yay. We've got both now. Okay. So I'm still looking for your questions. Tarot questions. There's nothing in the universe you want to know? Do you want to know, does your grandma hang around you? Or, or somebody who's passed, if their energy is close to you, or if you still get to feel from, create from, if that was them the other day when, the picture fell or when the mirror broke and that kind of thing. I always wonder that kind of thing. I don't always ask in tarot, but I do always wonder, like, what those things are. Sometimes I ask. The answer is always interesting. So here we go. You can pop over to Instagram if you wanna, because I do have that up. About your dad. We can ask. Let's see. You want to ask Pendulum so you can watch the answer, Charlie? Let's ask the Pendulum if Charlie's dad hangs out. If he comes and hangs out. So here we go. Does Charlie's dad come hang out with her? Can you see it? That's a yes. That's awesome. It made me feel really good too. It's like a pleasurable thing. On purpose, purposeful. It's very, it feels determined that he is around you, very much on purpose. Who hangs out with you? Yes. Well, do folks hang out with Jackie? Oh, I'm sure. I couldn't take it if mine wasn't here. I have a big old yes, Jackie. You have got folks. Let's see. Do folks from Jackie's mom's side hang out with her? Yes. Do folks from Jackie's dad's side hang out with her? Oh. Yes. And apparently they shove. Apparently they shove the other people out of their way. So I think your dad's side is stronger than your mom's side. Did you see my pendulum jump down? It felt like they didn't appreciate the other side saying anything. So I think they are around you more consistently, heavier, thicker, somehow the concentration's greater coming from your dad's side than your mom's side. I wonder why. Well, the pendulum was like around this finger and then like jumped down like this. You'll see it. It's very, very obvious. It wasn't until just I saw. Right, Charlie? You saw it. Okay. So, very cool. Hi, cousin. How are you? You're watching my live. Do you have questions? I'm doing pendulum and cards. So you are welcome to ask. Yeah, right? You saw it. I'm on YouTube as well. And so if you, for whatever reason, don't want to be over there, you can pop on the other side because I'm on both. Well, it's not necessarily a grandparent. Jackie was saying that which one of her grandparents is alive. It's not necessarily, I'm so glad. It's not necessarily a grandparent. It is that side, that bloodline, the people, your dad's ancestors, those people are there. The grands are just the ancestors that we happen to have met this lifetime usually, but that's not all that there is. They go way, way back to when we were all connected, to when we were all one. And so those people are a powerful people, and for some reason, they make themselves really known, present in your experience and in your walk. I wonder which one is. I wonder if there's a stronger one in me. Now that happened with you, Jackie, I want to see if my mom's side or my dad's side is stronger. So I'm gonna ask. Somebody from my mom's side was just watching, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna ask. It's definitely part of your life experience. So I'm gonna ask that. Are the people? Okay, I'll just ask like I asked for you, Jackie. Are there people from my mom's side, ancestors from my mom's side that hang around me? See that big yes? You can see the yes. Are there people from my dad's side that hang around me? That's about the same size, yes. Are there more people on my mom's side? Look at it change. Look at it change. Look. No. Okay. Are there more people from my dad's side? Wow. Yes. Now, more could be 99 and 100 because I'm not specifying. But apparently my dad's bloodline is stronger. Isn't that interesting? I would not have asked. I wouldn't have expected that. Although he's very warlockish. This guy is really, he does some really interesting energetic stuff sometimes. He doesn't call it that. He doesn't speak to it that way, but he does. I've recognized. I'm like, that seems really, that seems very energy based. That's real spiritual. Anybody else have any yes, no questions while I'm holding the pendulum? Do I have yes, no pendulum questions? Or do you want me to pull tarot? And if you'd like me to pull a card, just let me know. I'm happy to. I'm not averse to it. It's just for yes, no's. Pendulum usually comes across really quick for us. I have a couple of family members that give me a call and they're just like, can I ask you a couple of questions? Grab your pendulum. And we go through and start trying to clear out some stuff for them. That makes me really cool. That makes me really happy. I was saying that's cool because I was looking at Charlie's. That's cool, little cute sunglasses emoji. Okay, do we have more questions for the pendulum? Should I stay on the Instagram? Should the IG stay on? I like the IG. Hopefully we'll have some people come through. My beautiful cousin's through. She models, She does stuff. Okay, we're going to keep it just right there. All right, I'm going to pull another card for the collective. That's what I'm going to do now. And then, oh, wow. I've been going for 40 minutes, y'all. That's so cool. I'm so glad that you guys got to join me and can hang out for a little bit. Give me just a sec. Ooh, they're shuffling a mess. We need to pull a card. So my intention, and I'm going to say this because once I say it, I have to hold to it a little bit, is to pop on Tuesdays and Thursdays and spend some time with you guys. I don't think I'm going to specify a time yet because I don't know. But I think that Tuesdays and Thursdays and possibly just for a really short session on Sundays. I believe it's going to probably be a half-hour one that I'll do Sunday nights because Sundays have become particularly funky for me and I need to combat that energy. So I think that on Sundays, probably at the same time, like 9 o'clock or like 10 o'clock. Maybe it'll be a late one on Sundays. I'll come on for about a half hour and just clear out what that day kind of shakes up for me, and do that through sharing my gift, because I think that's the best way to do it. That it always works. Thank you so much. Okay, so another card for everybody. Everybody who's watching, this is for my IG people and the people who will watch this after this airs. After this moment, I can smell. I'm making jerk chicken in the oven, and I can smell it. I'm gonna have to go get that in a sec. So we're gonna be wrapping shortly, because I'll have to go get that. All right. So a card for all of us. What card do we want? Well, let's do a healing card, because let's heal. I was going to ask a question before I pull. I was going to ask this question. I want to ask this question because I believe that the pendulum works, right? Ooh, good question, Sarah. Give me just a second. The question is, are we done forgiving? Are we done forgiving everybody we need to? Have we forgiven everybody we need to this lifetime? Are we done forgiving? And look at that. How clear is that? That's a big fat no. A big fat no. So let's get to getting. I'm going to answer the question I have from this Sarah. She asked if she'll be moving to California this year. Before I even got it out of my mouth, it's a yes. It's a big old yes. Look at that yes. Do you see that? Yay. Yes. I'm so glad. I hope it's for the job that you want. Yes. How cool is that? Wow. Exciting. Who's doing exciting things like going for jobs that they really want that match them kind of perfectly? Anyway, good. It was a big yes. Here's a card for our healing. This is going to be the energy that we need to embody. Just a deep breath in. I'll read to you about the card. I want you to breathe deep in and out about the card that we need for healing. And I will pull you, Jackie, very next. Here we go. This is the card we need for our healing right now. Now, we just learned that we have some forgiving to do. Let's figure out who we need to forgive. I know one people. I need to forgive. Ooh, look at that. So this is the power card, and it's inverted. And so the energy that we need to heal is to control our power or to thwart our power. The way it's coming across to me is it's like a power struggle. Now, here we go. The reason that this card is so powerful, and I love the power card, is because even looking at this, whether you read tarot or not, when I hold this up to the camera, you can tell me where the inside and the outside of this is, right? Where's the inside of the card? There, right? Where's the outside? Somewhere here, right? And the reason you know that is because there's a moat, there's 4 forts, right? There's walls, there's one way in, and that's it. And this card is a depiction of boundaries. And what's also beautiful about this card is that it's as powerful upside right as it is upside down. Whether I can hold it sideways, every which way I hold it, you can tell what's inside and what's outside. It's very, very clear. And so when we have it inverted like this, and we're asking about what we can do to heal, it's asking us to release our boundaries, our strong segments. So we're used to, having TV dinner trays where all of your food is segmented. You're gonna have to let it kind of mesh a little bit. Let a little bit of the out in, let a little bit of the in out. Soften your walls. Be a selectively permeable membrane. Some things can get through, some things can't. And that's where our healing is. Our healing is not being so segmented. And I really like this idea because it has to do with combining. If you have a problem with your relationships, you probably have a problem with money. You probably have a problem with your spirituality. You probably have the same issue with one of your parents. It is all actually connected. And when we segment those things, they seem like different problems. When the universe looks at it, it's the exact same energy. And so I really, really like the idea of not being so staunch and separate and stoic about what goes where. Because if you look at it as one energy, one pulse, then you can figure out why the relationship that you have with your intimate partners is similar to the relationship you have with money, which is similar to the relationship you have with food, which is similar to the relationship you have with your sister. And, it starts getting like, oh, I do that. And when I do that, it looks like this with money, looks like this with my family, it looks like this with food, right? But it's the same thing. And it can help you like identify the root instead of just the symptom of the thing, the actual root. So you can start healing in a way that helps. And that is what we need to do to heal. Are you with it? What do you think? Can you do it? Can you soften those things? Can you look from a higher perspective at how these things are connected? It's an easy task. I'm not asking you to whip up some eggs. You know what an egg looks like, and you know how to pack it, probably how to separate it and how to whip it up. This might be harder than that. That's what we need to do to heal. And right before that, we pulled about forgiveness. So in addition to that, we'll probably find maybe some places where forgiveness can happen. My next question is going to be for, yes, thank you, Charlie. She said she'll certainly try. My next question is for Jackie. Will I stay in Texas? Let's see, Jackie. It's a fast yes. I feel like the confirmation of that is going to come to you soon. Why is it so fast? Is there a big decision coming up soon about staying in Texas? Look how fast it's going. Not only yes, but it feels like confirmation that's coming up soon. Like you'll have that challenge, and you're like, oh no, I'm definitely staying here. It like becomes clear really soon for you. I want to know if I'm going back to Texas. Jackie, do you mind if I bite off your question? Am I going back to Texas? Oh my. Oh my. That, my gentlemen and ladies, what is that? What answer is that? Y'all tell me. You can see it. Look. That's a no, madam. Well, I'm going to get myself together. It is a no. So there's that. It'll be someplace else. It ain't there. When I was there, actually, before I left, I was starting to think, I was becoming a little bit disenchanted because I was like, this isn't my place. All these years I thought this was my place, but it isn't my place. I think I'll find it. And I think that I think it's not in a cold place, but I don't think it's here, but I don't think it's there. And that upset me because I really like Texas. Or I thought I did. Maybe I don't like it as much as I thought. Or maybe it's just time for me to move on. Stuff happens. Life changes. So, yeah, I think that we're good. I'm going to wrap and go get my jerk chicken. And really thank everybody for joining me, and everybody who watches this later. I really do appreciate you. I read your feedback. I do pay attention. So if you have some for me, please give it to me. And make sure you have anybody who likes tarot and pendulum and this kind of thing, or is just a little bit witchy and might, please recommend it, like and share. Peace and love. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on Thursday. I'm actually going to say it, so I'll actually do it. See you on Thursday. Bye. Bye. Instagram. On Instagram, you can watch me shut down my thing. That's what I'll